Hello, and welcome to another RichAlvarez live stream. I am, of course, Rich Alvarez. Today, we're going to be talking about something that I've been wanting to talk about for a while now. Didn't get around to it at the time because I had some deep thoughts about it, and I've been kind of hinting about it in the comments or in the Q&A videos that we do. People have asked me, "What do you think of the new Mario movie?" And I have given some thoughts. I did several videos about this. In fact, I did a video about this like 3 years ago when Illumination first announced that they were going to do this, but I haven't really made a whole video about it since they announced the official cast list. And that's what we're going to be doing today. So I'm going to be like checking out the cast list. We're going to be going through the official Wikipedia article, a little bit about it, and we're going to talk about our thoughts about this cast and what this means for the future of the Mario franchise as a whole, and what it's going to mean for this movie specifically, and so on. And I am doing this through StreamYard, so that way I can do this fun thing where I bring up your comments like this, like Make a Shadow, who says, "What's up, everyone?" for example. So we can do fun stuff like that. Anyways, we're going to get right to the meat and potatoes of this thing and go straight into the Wikipedia article. So, this is, as of now, still an untitled Mario film. We are doing it through we're doing it through Illumination Entertainment is doing it. And by the way, if you are unfamiliar with Illumination Entertainment, they have done such classics as the Minions movies, the Despicable Me movies. That's kind of really, they've done a few other things, but that's really what they're known for is Despicable Me and the Minions, which is kind of the same thing, but now kind of it's separate things as well for some reason. Anyways, so that's kind of the when I gotta say, when I first saw this cast list, I was immediately a little bit taken aback, but you have to understand my view of a Mario movie. In my mind, you guys have seen me do stupid Mario Brothers, but you've also seen me do stuff like The Plumber Knight Returns. But I mean, of course, that's all YouTube stuff. If I, for example, was pitching a Mario movie to Hollywood, I would, and I've said this many times before, I always imagine a Mario origin movie as more of like a superhero movie where we show Mario get lost on Yoshi's Island as a baby, and then he's rescued, and then he then grows up in Brooklyn, and he realizes that his experience on Yoshi's Island and in the Mushroom Kingdom as a whole has changed him. It has mutated him as a person, and he finds that through kind of like Spider-Man, like where it's like the puberty metaphor, like as Mario gets to a certain age, he finds that he can run faster, jump higher, shoot fireballs out of his hands. He has these powers that he doesn't know where they came from until like one day Toad shows up and brings him back into the Mushroom Kingdom where he has to save Peach from Bowser. That in my head, that's a very serious superhero style Mario movie that will never get made because that's not the kind of Mario movie that Hollywood wants to make. In fact, they've gone the complete opposite direction. Whereas I, in my heart, will always want a semi-serious live action Mario movie. Unfortunately, we are not getting a live action Mario movie. We're getting this animated Mario movie. And, in a way, I'm like, okay, well, animated will make it feel more like the video games because it'll be, more in line with the character models that we're used to, although they will look a little bit more Illumination Entertainment-esque with the bigger eyes and everything. But this voice cast suggests that they are going full comedy with it. And I think that this is very much kind of like what they did with, like, say, the Benedict Cumberbatch Grinch movie, where they took the story of the Grinch, but they really just made it a comedy. I mean, they kind of did the same thing in the live action Jim Carrey Grinch, but there were some serious moments in that movie as well. A little bit, just enough to make it not total cheeseball. This looks like total cheeseball. I just, I love Jack Black, but when you have Jack Black as the voice of Bowser, there's not going to be anything serious about this movie. And I understand that's not the goal of this movie. This is going to be a family-friendly, just kind of screwball comedy, and that's fine. It can be great for what it is if that's what they're going for. I just wanted to preface this whole video by saying that in my mind, a perfect Mario movie would be a live-action, semi-serious, superhero-style movie. Live action, Mario gets powers, has to save the princess. It's epic. This is not going to be an epic. This is going to be a goofball screwball comedy in the style of Illumination's other films, The Minions and Despicable Me. So as long as you understand that, then you will not be disappointed by this movie. So yeah, they're going for full comedy here. And again, I've made comedy videos based on the Mario Brothers, so I obviously I have some experience in making a joke out of the Mario Brothers. But again, it's just kind of like, well, if it's an official movie, shouldn't it be taken more seriously? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe maybe making a joke out of it is the best that they can do. I don't know. Anyways, getting all of those negative feelings out of the way, let's talk about some of the positives about this movie. First of all, I love Chris Pratt and Charlie Day. I think that they're going to make excellent Mario and Luigi's. They have said that they're not going to be doing an accent. But again, more in line with what I was saying before, I feel like a serious Mario movie wouldn't have Mario being like, "It's me, a Mario." It wouldn't be doing like the really fakey Italian accent. I always feel like a serious Mario movie would have them in the Brooklyn accents because the Mario Brothers was supposed to be raised on the East Coast, But I think that obviously Chris Pratt and Charlie Day will just be doing their normal voices. And again, that's fine because that's just what this movie is. And again, just in case there's anyone out there that doesn't know Chris Pratt, this is Chris Pratt, Guardians of the Galaxy. And of course, we know Charlie Day from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia and some of the other funny stuff that he's done. He's a terrific comedic actor. My first question mark on this cast list, again, knowing that this is a screwball comedy film, this cast is pretty good, except I love Anna Taylor-Joy. She was great in Queen's Gambit and other things that she's done. She's a terrific actress, but I don't think that she's really known for her voice work. Her voice, is kind of monotone-ish. And maybe that's what they're going for with their Princess Peach in this movie. Maybe she'll kind of ham it up a bit. We'll see. I'm very interested to see how she does as Princess Peach in this movie. And of course, then we have Jack Black as Bowser, and I can only imagine that that's going to be like, "Yo, Mario Brothers," like or something again. And then we have Keegan-Michael Key, most famous for, of course, his Key and Peele sketch work. He will be the voice of Toad, so that'll also be very interesting. We have Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong, and so. Just imagine Donkey Kong, but he's probably more of a, like, "Hey, what's up, Mario?" Like, I don't know. I can't really do a great Seth Rogen. It's like, "Oh, geez. Let's see here. And then we have Fred Armisen. I love Fred Armisen. If you guys have ever watched Portlandia, he used to do, SNL back in the day. This guy is amazing. He's going to be Cranky Kong. I really do love the addition of Cranky Kong. I mean, just having the old Cranky Kong there. I mean, again, it's for jokes. Just the fact that we're getting Cranky Kong in a Mario movie at all is sublime. It's great. And then we have someone I don't really know that well, Kevin Michael Richardson. He's done a lot of video games. He's done a lot of anime, a lot of he's done voice work like everywhere. And he is going to be Kamek, so I don't know if it's going to be the usual like usual Kamek voice or if he's going to do something different with it. And then we have the question mark character here, which is Sebastian Sebastian. I'm going to butcher his last name, even though I am also Italian. I know that this isn't Maniscalco. Maniscalco is how I would assume that would be pronounced from one Italian to another. He's playing Foreman Spike. Now, a lot of people thought that this was Spike, like the more modern Spike that we've been used to in like the Mario Party games and everything. I don't think that it's going to be that Spike. I think that this is actually an original character that is going to be Mario's boss when he's a carpenter at the beginning of the movie. But I don't know. That's just kind of me kind of guessing. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the entire cast list. And it took me 10 minutes to explain the whole cast list. And now I really want to do some Q&A. What do you guys honestly think about this cast list? And again, we can obviously see here that this is a cast list for a comedy film. Are you down with this cast? Are you down with the tone that this is going to give? Or are you like me and there's a little bit of the back of your brain and a little bit of the back of your heart that wants a more serious Mario movie? That's what I am really thinking here, you know. Thomas Pro says, Italian, I thought you're Latino. Por qué no las dos? Why can't you be both? You know, I am, of course, half Latino, half Italian. You know, my mom's side of the family is Giannini. You know, so I'm just as Italian as I am anything else. You know, and let's see here. When did Donkey Kong turn into Dopey Kong? Oh, because Seth Rogen. Well, I guess now is when he's doing that. Xanbro says, honestly, I just want Pratt to do an accent. Well, I don't know. I feel like if you get Chris, and this is the thing when you're doing a comedy and not a serious film, I don't think they're going to have Chris Pratt do an accent because otherwise, and again, this is the difference. If you were going to make, let's say that you were still going to do a Mario cartoon movie like they're doing, but you were going to make it more serious, you'd have a professional voice actor do all these characters. But you know, you do a comedy and you get A-list talent like Chris Pratt, you're going to have them just sound like Chris Pratt, because why would you hire Chris Pratt if you're not going to have him sound like Chris Pratt? That's like the whole selling point. They're trying to sell this movie to people that aren't just Mario fans. So unfortunately, he will have no accent. But again, that's the tone that they're going for, is just kind of screwball comedy. Thomas Prado says, what is your favorite movie of 2021? And what do you look forward to in 2022? Well, let's try to keep the topic on this Mario movie, but I will say that my favorite movie of last year was Spider-Man No Way Home. And of course, I'm looking forward to Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness this year. Let's see here. Jay Nasky says, I'm not sure if too serious Mario movie worked because the games aren't that serious either. I mean, yeah, the games aren't that serious, but when you're a kid and you're playing Mario 64, which, as I've said in our Mario Top 10 video, is the darkest of Mario games a little bit, you know, play it again, you'll see what I mean. I really want to elaborate on those tones. If I was going to make a serious Mario movie, it would be that superhero PG-13 kind of vibe, you know. And you could say that I'm taking it in a completely different direction than the games as well, but I have to imagine that that would be more true to the character than just a screwball comedy. But you know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this movie will. I mean, again, I'm hoping that this movie will be awesome. I'm looking forward to this Mario movie, and I'm sure it'll be great. But we'll have to see what happens here. Making Shadow says, I'm expecting them to have Brooklyn accents because all I just think of is the Super Mario Brothers Super Show. Well, again, I wouldn't expect them to have accents because they've already said there was an official article somewhere. Maybe I can get it in the casting here. Huh. Well, I don't think I'm going to find it in here, unfortunately. I guess I should have found that article first. But they did say somewhere that they were not going to be doing the accents. So I would not expect it. Mr. Caleb says, hey, Richie, sorry for not being in your streams much. Left a like. Well, thank you. And by the way, everybody, give this video a like. That's what, you know, makes the world go round on YouTube. Don't forget to give this video a like and tell your friends, families, and dogs to join in on this stream as we're discussing this Mario movie. Ikram says, I recommend people to watch Mario Warfare to gain another point of view. Well, that took it in a completely different direction. I don't think that an actual Mario movie should go in that way. But I mean, that is, I did Plumber Night Returns, which was basically Mario but Batman. So I mean, and everybody's free to do that on. But again, we're talking about the difference between what Hollywood should do versus what Hollywood's going to do. They're going to do a screwball animated comedy. I think they should do a serious superhero style Mario movie, but that ain't ever going to happen. The Gray Link says, howdy, Rich. Happy to catch a stream for once. Thank you so much for joining me as we discuss this Mario film. Jellyfish Dude is asking, what items do you think they will have in the movie? That is a very good question. I guess we can leave the this screen now. So, what items do I think that they're going to have in the movie? That is an excellent question. I'm hoping, of course, at some point in the movie they got to have a superstar, right? So, because if they don't have that, then why'd you make the movie? So, I'm expecting a superstar, maybe a fire flower, maybe a super mushroom. Maybe Donkey Kong will give Mario a super mushroom. It's Seth Rogen. um, yeah. Xanderbrow says, I'd love to watch a horror Mario movie. I think that that's actually possible if they were to make a Luigi's Mansion movie. But I think what's interesting is right now, everything as far as the bigger Mario franchise goes, as far as entertainment goes, there is so much riding on this Mario movie. If this Mario movie is a success, then they're going to make more Mario movies, and maybe we'll see a Luigi's Mansion movie. The downside of that is that it'll just prove, if this is successful, it'll just prove their point, and they'll just keep making goofball Mario movies. Well, but I've already accepted the fact that we're never going to get a serious Mario movie, and maybe we shouldn't. Nintendo really wants to keep Mario just for kids for forever, and I guess that's fine. But yeah, we'll never get, a serious one, but we might get a comedic Luigi's Mansion. It'll have horror elements, but it won't be a true blue horror film in the traditional sense. Yeah, let's see here. The feather power up for Mario World. Yeah, I don't know. I have a good feeling that they'll have the superstar, they'll have a fire flower, we might have a mushroom, but anything like the maple leaf or the feather or any of the super niche ones from specific games, I can't imagine we'll see any of that, but maybe we will. Maybe over at Illumination they've played a lot of classic Mario games and want to throw those in as references. We'll see. Would having mushrooms be illegal in the Mario universe? Well, I mean, it's hard to say, right? Because Mario gets them all the time, but he also steals coins from blocks and kills Goombas on a daily. So who's to say that anything Mario does is legal? It is a video game, and I understand the way that platformers work, and it doesn't really prescribe to the rules of the real world. But this movie, I feel like this movie, again, it's Chris Pratt, it's got Jack Black, it's Illumination. They're gonna just make fun of everything from the games, and I want you all to expect that this isn't going to be a true game to film adaptation. This is basically going to be your favorite A-list Hollywood celebrities make fun of the Mario games for an hour and a half. It's going to be making fun. And if you're okay with that, then you're going to get exactly what you're going to be getting here. Haha, of course Seth Rogen has the super mushrooms. Yeah, I have a strong feeling that a super mushroom will be given to Mario from DK because jokes. Why have Seth Rogen in the movie if you're not going to have his character deliver a mushroom to Mario? Yes, I would also love a Luigi's Mansion movie. So, Luigi's Mansion straight nightmare-worthy horror film. Again, we probably won't get that, but we may get a jokey one at some point. Just be prepared for that. I hope Blumhouse should make a Luigi's Mansion movie. Blumhouse, of course, famous for their excellent horror films. Most of the time excellent. Sometimes they make a stinker. Yeah, that would be great. But again, never going to happen. Have Bowser be the kidnapper in the horror film. I think he's going to be the kidnapper in this film. I can't imagine that they'd have this Mario movie and not have a plot point be that Bowser kidnaps the princess. But, they'll probably, I don't know. I don't know if it'll just be, I really highly doubt that it'll just be Peach locked in a tower the whole movie. They'll probably have her kick a lot of ass. And, she'll probably escape on her own before Mario even gets there. Just a theory based on the last 10 years of cinema. She'll probably escape on her own without Mario's help. I don't want a serious Mario movie. I just want a Mario movie. Opinion. Well, that's good. You're going to be getting a Mario movie. But I'm just, and again, we don't know exactly the direction that this movie's going to go, but I have a strong feeling it's going to be very jokey and everything, and that's fine. Now, do you want that? I know you don't want a serious Mario movie, but do you want this joke-a-thon movie, or would you rather have something more in the middle? That's the real question I'm asking today. Let's see here. And then opposite opinion, I think they should have a gritty Mario movie where Peach is kidnapped by terrorists and Mario goes full Liam Neeson. I don't think they'll ever do that either. um, let's see here. Nope, nope, nope. How about Cappy from Mario Odyssey? I doubt it. Not this movie. That sounds like something to do at a sequel. Chris says at the end of the Mario movie, Link, aka Nick Fury, will recruit Mario for Smash Bros, aka the Avengers. It'll be the Nintendo Cinematic Universe. Yeah, thanks, Chris. I was going to get to this later, but I see that you stole my talking point. That's fine. Yeah, no, I don't know if they will do that because apparently the rights to anything Pokemon outside of the games, Nintendo has already made deals with animation companies on. So I don't think that they could do Pokemon, but I do believe that Nintendo still has the reserve rights for Star Fox, Metroid, Zelda. So I mean, they could do a cinematic universe if that's the direction that they want to go. But that's a little bit different, right? It's easy to do, not easy, but it's easier to do in live action because with live action, you spend 3 months making a movie, then you spend about 6 months in post production, and you can usually get a movie to turn around in less than a year. Yes, I know that they usually take 2 years to make movies, but that's because actors have schedules and the studio wants to do other things in between, yada yada yada. But don't forget that in the heyday of James Bond, they were cranking out a James Bond movie every year. And as I like to remind everyone all the time, you don't need 5 years to make a music album. Coldplay, you can make one all the time. The Beatles released an album every 6 months to a year. So just think about that. Anyways, but yeah, animation is different. You can't just crank out animated movies. This movie has been in development for 3 years. So it would be hard to have a cinematic universe because, like, the team at Illumination is only so big. And even if they expanded a bit, we'd be getting like a Mario movie here, and then 2 years later, a Zelda movie, and then 2 years later, a Metroid. And it would be like 10 years before the Smash Bros. Movie team up, like, because, if that, because of how long it takes to animate everything. So, and again, unless they really expanded Illumination, and if that was indeed the goal, I don't know. But yeah, it would be fun. It would be fun if they did a Smash Bros. And again, if this Mario movie is successful, someone over there at Illumination and Nintendo is going to be thinking, Smash Bros. Movie? They're going to think about it. I just don't know if they're going to set that up in this movie, not knowing. They don't know if this is going to be a success or not. Don't forget, that was the ultimate failure of Tom Cruise's The Mummy movie, because they had set up a cinematic universe in that movie, and then that movie didn't do well, and they didn't get to do their cinematic universe, and then they just look like assholes. So I know that it worked for Iron Man with Samuel Jackson coming in as Nick Fury at the end, but that's because it was Marvel. They're fantastic, and they had a great plan. Not everyone is Marvel, and I think that everybody has learned the lessons of Tom Cruise's Mummy movie, or at least I would hope that everyone has learned the lessons of Tom Cruise's Mummy movie. You've got to make a successful movie first on its own before you start thinking about universes. Although, again, we have Donkey Kong and Cranky Kong in this movie. So if this movie does well, it would be easy for them to make a Donkey Kong spinoff. Easy. Introduce Diddy Kong in that spinoff, Who's ready for Bowser's musical number? It's one of those things where it's like you don't get Jack Black to be Bowser unless Bowser is going to be doing some kind of rock musical number. So I am excited for that inevitability. Chris says, as a side note, I like the posters you've got in the background. Yeah, thanks. We got Mario Bros right here, and Doctor Strange, and the child. I refuse to call him Grogu. Let's see here. I'd love to see a Super Smash Bros. Movie, not gonna lie, but what would the story be? And again, unless because like the Smash Bros. They all fight each other. I mean, you could do like a heroes versus villains thing, but because Smash Brothers, and I know like, oh, but the subspace thing, but that wasn't a good story. That was a cool thing, but it wasn't a great story. If you're gonna do a Smash Bros. Movie and you're gonna try to do your own like Avengers with it, somebody's got to come up with a dynamite plot. I could, but I'm not in Hollywood, and nobody knows me down there. I'd prefer it if they made a Super Smash Bros. Manga, to be honest. Interesting. Yeah, that'd be interesting. Imagine if the plot of the movie is not the whole princess kidnapping thing and they actually make a whole new good plot idea with Bowser to replace it. Interesting. I want a Mario movie that's based on the games like Superstar Saga or something. I think everyone would love that. Yeah. I mean, again, could they do a Nintendo universe? Absolutely. Will they? We'll see. Let's see here. Kirby movie when? I don't know. Again, if this movie does well, they'll probably start cranking out everything. The one Nintendo property that cannot be a joke, though, if this Mario movie is a huge success and Illumination is like, yeah, let's do Star Fox, let's do Donkey Kong, like the one Nintendo property that cannot be a joke, I would protest if it was going to be a joke movie like this, is Zelda. You cannot do a joke movie based on Zelda. That would just ruin Zelda. So no Chris Pratt as Link. You know what I mean? Like that would have to be taken seriously. And in my opinion, must be live action in the style of like, Lord of the Rings. I want to know who is going to make the Metroid movie properly. Well, we'll see. We'll see if that ever comes. Again, unfortunately, if this Mario movie does well, Nintendo is going to be like, oh, we should just have Illumination do all our films. So be prepared for the Joke-a-thon Metroid movie. I'm sorry, I don't mean to sound so negative about it. I'm sure this Mario movie is going to be awesome, but obviously I'm doing an opinion piece right now, and I have to, give all the angles, Zelda movie, I'd like one, yes. I'm getting a lot of comments now. I'm backed up. Have Monty Python make the Mario movies. JK, kinda. I mean, that would be hilarious. Unfortunately, they're not all there anymore. Monty. Well, I love Monty Python. Love Monty Python, but unless we can go back in time and have them make the Mario movie in the 70s, it's not going to be as good. Chris says, Mario vs. Sonic crossover movie? Could easily do it with multiverses and whatnot, like Spider-Man. Unfortunately, Chris, the movie rights to Sonic are with Paramount. And the movie rights to Mario are with Universal. That's who owns Illumination. So a crossover movie... I know that they do it in the games because Sega and Nintendo have a lovely working relationship, but each company, Nintendo and Sega, have given the film rights to different movie companies, and I don't really see Paramount and Universal working together like ever. Like ever. They're too busy trying to catch up to Warner Brothers and Disney. I don't know, maybe they should team up. Maybe they should just merge into one company. Call it Para-Usul. Unimount. I don't know. Marty Man says the Sonic movie 2 will probably be connected to the Smash Bros. Cinematic Universe, even though the Sonic movie is live action while the Mario movie is animated. And again, for the same reasons I just gave, it is actually impossible for that to happen. Am I doing today? I'm doing good. I can't speak for Chris, but I'm doing good. I wonder if Nintendo will release the saucy Mario movie. Dante People says, I'm big. Oh, Chris responded, I'm good. Again, I'm desperately trying to catch up with comments. I'm like 3 minutes behind on the comments right now, which is like 50 comments. I mean, you guys did a good job with SMB connecting other characters to Mario's story. Yes, but that was me doing that. not people in Hollywood that are just trying to make a buck off of Mario. Yeah, you can't make a joke movie with Metroid either, but we'll see what happens. Rich, you can't do Goofy Zelda movie. It must be serious. Yes, as I made jokes out of Link for years in Stupid Mario Brothers, but that was supposed to be a joke. It was a YouTube video. Stupid Mario Brothers was supposed to be a joke. If again, it's different. If I was making a Hollywood movie, I would make it serious. People are going to be like, "But Rich, you made jokes that yeah, but it was YouTube." I always had this idea, but what if they do a Mario movie, but they go into the real world? It sounds something like RMA did, but something a little bit more different. Well, I don't know. It sounds a lot like what we did, but I don't know if they did that. That'd be fine. I mean, I always think that the Mario Brothers should start in the real world and then get sucked into the Mushroom Kingdom. That's just the way that it should work because they are human. Well, excuse me, princess. Let's see. I hope if they ever do a live action Zelda, they don't put stuff like sex in it. Should be for kids. I would have said before that okay, here's the thing. It's Nintendo still controls some of the content that goes in. Like Nintendo is going to watch Illumination's movie, and if they don't like it, Illumination doesn't get to put it out. I know that probably the reason why you're thinking about this is because of the live action Avatar: The Last Airbender Netflix show that I don't even know if they're still doing anymore. But the original creators of Avatar: The Last Airbender / Korra, they actually quit working on the Netflix show because apparently Netflix wanted to make it a little bit more Game of Thrones than they were comfortable with. And I think that that's kind of what you're alluding to. Of course, they're not going to do sex in a Zelda, title. That would be I think that there's a way that you can do a PG-13 Zelda and make it serious and make it, tonally like Lord of the Rings, but of course don't go all R-rated Game of Thrones on it. I would not enjoy that in a Zelda movie. That's Zelda. At the end of the day, Zelda is a video game that was originally made for kids. I think people of all ages enjoy Zelda. I do see it as a perfect PG-13 movie, tonally serious, but making it for adults only would be a mistake. So I agree with you there. I think SMB Universe got quite big and good having many other characters. Well, thank you. For Zelda, he has to be silent for the whole movie. No. I mean, I know blood people go, but he's a silent protagonist. And that works in a video game where you play as Link. But if you're going to do a movie, having him silent would be lame. He's got to have a voice if you're going to make Link a non-two-dimensional character, you've got to give him a voice. It's just, otherwise don't do it. Monty Python and the Holy Grail was amazing. It still remains one of my favorite movies to this day. Perhaps at least my favorite comedy. Right there with Liar Liar. Let's see. Another thing about Zelda is that you can't just make it generic medieval fantasy. Zelda has a unique world, and games like Breath of the Wild even have unique technology. Of course. Yeah, I think that they would consider all of that if they were doing it. I mean, Paramount and Universal can make a deal to do a crossover. Maybe that's what Chris was implying. Just those two companies have never worked well together. But of course, Disney and Sony had never worked together either before the Spider-Man deal. So I guess anything's possible, but I just don't see them doing that now. Maybe after like 3 successful Mario movies and they really want to bring Sonic in, they'll make a deal, but I don't see that happening now. Haha, Unimouse. See, that's how far behind I am in the comments. I'm reading comments from stuff I said 5 minutes ago. Let's see here. Yeah, Paraversal Studios. You hear about Mega Man movie leak to Netflix. See, I am no longer buying all these leaks because they leaked the Zelda show and they leaked other things, and then none of those ended up happening. So maybe the Mega Man thing will happen, maybe it won't. But I am not going to believe it until Netflix puts out an official poster for it. That's when I will believe it's happening. I just want a Smash Bros. Anime with a tournament arc. Oh, geez. We've had enough of those, haven't we? Have they made a live action Pokemon movie yet? Yes, they have. It was Detective Pikachu. Detective Pikachu, don't forget, Detective Pikachu was a live action Pokemon movie. We have had one. Let's see. I don't know if anybody even answered your question in the comments. I'm so behind. I'm just going to have to skip to newer comments. Otherwise, I'm never going to get to the end of this. Yes, I agree. Ridiculous for a movie. Silent Lake. Oh boy. Yes, God, I love Detective Pikachu. Okay, I think I finally caught up to the. I skipped a lot, and I apologize. Yeah, but yeah, they did Detective Pikachu. That was a modern live action Pokemon / Nintendo movie. So they did it there. I don't know why they didn't want. I guess they've already done a live action Mario movie and it didn't do well. But I just wish somebody over at Nintendo would have had the good sense to say, well, that didn't do well because it wasn't made well. Just because the 1993 Super Mario movie didn't do well doesn't mean a live action Mario movie can never do well. You just have to get better people to make it. Craziness. Here's off topic a little bit, random movie. Because do you think we'll ever see a good new adventure movie like Indiana Jones, The Mummy? Seems like adventure movies quietly died out in the 2000s. Lest you forget, the Uncharted movie starring Tom Holland is coming out this year, and if that's good, then that'll be a good adventure movie. So Mario, it's Chris Pratt. Yeah, let's go back to just in case you've come to the conversation late and didn't see the beginning of the stream. Let's go back to that wiki article. We've got Chris Pratt as Mario. There's Chris Pratt. We've got Anna Taylor-Joy as Princess Peach. We've got Charlie Day from Always Sunny as Luigi. We've got the fantastic Jack Black as Bowser. We've got Keegan-Michael Key as Toad. Seth Rogen is Donkey Kong. Fred Armisen is Cranky Kong. Kevin Michael Richardson is Kamek. And then Sebastian Maniscalco is Foreman Spike, who I'm assuming, again, is a new character. It's not going to be the Spike from the games, I think. Yeah, so that's what's going on there. Okay. I'm curious what kind of role Charles Martinet will have since he is not voicing Mario. Yes, this is something that we've learned, is that Charles Martinet, who does the voices for Mario and Luigi in the video games, does have a cameo in the movie as something. So, we'll see. I think that'll be, whatever it is, I'm sure it'll be hilarious. But yeah, just keep your ears open. Of course, Charles Martinet is a great voice actor. He was the dragon in Skyrim. He can make his voice sound completely different. So he might not sound anything like his Mario voices. Just keep that in mind. He's going to be in the movie somewhere. Yeah, that's right. Anna Taylor-Joy would be great as Peach in a live action movie. It's just like, I don't know. We're gonna see. I don't know what her voice work is. I don't. We'll see what that sounds like. Also, there's no Princess Daisy in this movie. What a shame. That sounds like some sequel talk right there. You can't throw everything in the first movie, or you'll have nothing to do in the second. Also, remember, Daisy is from a completely different kingdom. So maybe that will be the plot of the second movie. We'll see. It's Spike from the Wrecking Crew game. It's Mario Luigi's boss. Okay, cool. So again, we'll see if that. I don't know if that's an assumption or if that's what's official, but we'll see. We'll see. Charles Martinet will cameo as Wario. Maybe. Maybe. They should just make a Goomba movie and its origins. Oh God. Who would voice Yoshi? That's right. There is no Yoshi on this cast list. So unless it's a surprise, Yoshi is not in this movie. But again, we didn't have, I think, we didn't have Yoshi in a Mario game. I know that they've gone back and they've added Yoshi to older Mario games and re-releases. But remember, originally, Yoshi was not a thing until Super Mario World. So it's fine. Yoshi doesn't have to appear in this first movie. DK should be for the second movie to focus more on Mario. See, that's where you and I completely disagree. Because remember, Mario's first game was Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong has every right to be in Mario's first movie. In fact, the whole relationship between Mario and Donkey Kong, that should actually be the focus of the movie more so than Bowser, if I'm being honest, because Mario's first adventure is Donkey Kong. Just my opinion. Do you think they'll add Bowser Jr.? Hopefully not. Let's see here. I'm inclined to believe they will do a spinoff. Again, if this movie is successful, with Donkey Kong and Cranky Kong in here, they've pretty much already set up a DK spinoff eventually, and so we'll probably get that. Once again, Kumrock says, well, Knuckles wasn't in the first Sonic, but Knuckles wasn't in the first two Sonic games, so that made sense. But Donkey Kong was in the first Mario game, which was called Donkey Kong. Here's Killjoy. Charlie Day has canon Luigi energy. I trust him. Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, Bowser Jr. is annoying. I agree. All right. Well, now we've come to the 40-minute mark in the show where I have talked an awful lot about this Mario movie. So if you guys are having fun and you want to continue a Q&A, you can make suggestions on a new topic, or we can end the stream early. I'm going to give it to Killjoy. Killjoy, what should we talk about? And I'm going to give you 1 minute to decide our next conversation. Killjoy, your minute starts now as I look at my non-existent watch. Tickety-tock, tock, tickety-tock, tock. Tickety-tock, tock, da, 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 da. And Kumo says, I see. I count Donkey Kong as the first major game. Oh, I don't count Donkey Kong as the first major game. Well, unfortunately, Nintendo does. And so do I. And so does Illumination, apparently. So I guess you're outnumbered there, my friend. Sorry. We can talk about hot dogs being sandwiches, LOL. Well, hot dogs, if they're in a bun, is a sandwich. Sorry, Chris. Let's see here. I'm on break at work, please. I don't know. Non-spoiler review of No Way Home. Oh, that should be another video one of these days. But I really, I feel like, see, the thing is, I have to say though, I'm very much against non-spoiler reviews, because I feel like if you do a non-spoiler review, you're not really being honest about everything, because you can't talk about anything in the movie. I will do a spoiler review for No Way Home soon, because I feel like I've given most people enough time to see the movie. It was the best movie of last year, by the way. That's the quick review. But yeah, I'm going to do a spoiler review for it at some point soon. But yeah, I can't. I decided I've tried to do non-spoiler reviews, and I just feel like I get hung up. Like, oh, I can't talk about this. I can't talk about this. Like, I have to be able to give a synopsis of the film while I review it. Otherwise, I feel like there's no point. And then what do? Go back and do a spoiler review after my non-spoiler review? I don't know. I'm just gonna do a spoiler review at some point. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, well, okay. I guess that's about it. We've been going for about 45 minutes, which is a respectable time for a stream. And I think that's good. Thank you guys so much for joining me, talking about the new Mario cast. We will, of course, talk more about this movie in the future as more details come around, I'm sure. But I think that, I think that that's pretty much it. Love you guys. And remember, please subscribe. It's free and easy, just like tuning in for my next stream. All right. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.